Hey, what's good? What's going on? We're back with yet another video. Today we're going to be doing a tier list of all 32 first rounders of the 2026 NFL Draft. Um, and my name is Cody Lear. I don't know why I forgot that part. How you guys doing? My name's Cody. If you haven't been here before, I hope you do enjoy the videos that we put out over here. We're gonna try to do our best to keep them coming and try to do even better. We're gonna keep working for y'all. But without further ado, I'll do the shutting up. I'll let you look at the tiers over here. We got A plus, A, B, C, and D. I'm not gonna give anybody an F. I don't think that we really have an F, to be completely honest with you. I have one that's a little bit we have one or two that are a little bit questionable, but we'll get there when we get there. Correct? Yeah. Let's do it. Starting off with Fernando Mendoza, I think Fernando Mendoza is definitely an A. I think he's the best quarterback in the draft. Well, okay, he's absolutely the best quarterback in the draft. Issue is how talented is the quarterbacks in this draft. We just don't know, right? That's part of the issue here. The best quarterback was not really the most exciting pick in the entire thing. But Fernando Mendoza is very talented. He's very smart, very good with the football. His coach, Kurt Signetti, was a really, really good coach. Really, really straight to the rules, really straight to his O line and everything like that. Everybody had to play well, and Fernando Mendoza, achieved that, and he played very well. He even had some dog moments, and the college football playoff that really showed off. He deserved to be the number one overall pick. I was just a little bit not really surprised myself. I don't think he's the best player in the draft, but I think he's a very, very good player in the draft. So we'll jump over to David Bailey. Other people probably have their own thoughts on this draft pick. I think it's an A plus for sure. Because I think David Bailey is the best edge rusher in this draft. I don't think that there's really a lot of debate on that one. If there is, then I completely will. You can listen to it and do all that. But I think he's the best edge rusher. Jets need to get some help. They need to be able to create turnovers, as they didn't have a single interception last year. They traded for Minka Fitzpatrick, which hopefully will help with that. Now they have David Bailey off the edge, who will hopefully get to the quarterback and make things a little bit more of an issue for that. And then they'll be able to get this ball. They'll be able to catch a couple interceptions here and there. Jeremiah Love. This has nothing to do with the player. It has everything to do with the place that he's going. Uh, Jeremiah Love, I'm going to put him in the C tier. I like Jeremiah Love a lot. I think he's a very, very good player. But problem is, Cardinals don't really have an O line, and as we've seen in the past, that building off a running back really just does not seem to work, especially if you don't have an O line. I mean, look at what happened over there in Vegas just last year, and it helped them get the number one overall pick. I know that's a joke right now, is that they expect them to get the number one overall pick, and that's what they're aiming for. And obviously, that could be the case. We'll see what happens there, but hey. Carnell Tate. I'm going to put him in the B tier. I personally did not love the pick. I talked about that a little bit in the video the other day about the 2026 Titans draft. You can look at that up here. But, I can kind of understand it. Well, not kind of understand it. I completely understand it. I understand why they had to do it. It's just, I didn't love the pick at 4. Titans needed to get a receiver. They really did, especially with how bad their passing game was with under Brian Callahan. With Brian Dable now coming in, hopefully that he can get that O line figured out and fixed, and give Cam Ward a little bit of time. Obviously, Carnell Tate is a very good deep ball threat, and that's what I think that they needed over there. So I kind of understand the pick. Arvil Reese. Arvil Reese has the most potential on the defensive side in this draft. And so I think it's an A plus if the Giants get him, right? You have Kayvon Thibodeaux, you have Brian Burns, you have Abdul Carter, who can help you reach that upper echelon if that's what you need him to do. Give him a little bit of time to work. Obviously, Darius Alexander can take the part of Sexy Dexy. I don't know if they're running the 4-3 or 3-4, but if they're running the 3-4, then obviously Reese and Abdul Carter will probably be guys off the edge, but I guess we'll see when that time gets there. Either way, I thought it was a very good pick for the Giants. I liked it a lot. Mansoor Delane, I'm also going to give an A plus. The reason why he's getting an A plus for the Chiefs is, to be completely honest with you, I think that the Chiefs had to get the corner here, so they knocked it out of the park with the guy that's very sticky, very good at man coverage, and yeah, I don't think that they definitely could have gone wrong. Obviously, if you went Jermod McCoy, and he's not healthy, but if he's healthy, let me tell you, that's going to be a scary, scary guy, especially because he was drafted like first in the fourth round. Could be an absolute barn burner, but I guess we'll see when the time comes. Either way, I think Mansour Delane was a very good pick. Sonny Styles, we're gonna put him right here at A plus. Commanders needed to get a guy that could retake the Bobby Wagner spot, and they did. I think that's what the moral of the story is with that pick. I really like Sonny Styles. I think he's a very very good player. He's very good. He's gonna be that guy that's gonna be able to check the mic on the defensive side. Um, he's the guy that you have to worry about if you're the quarterback, and I think he's going to do a very good job of that, especially in the Dan Quinn type defense. Good pick for him. Jordan Tyson, I'm also sticking him in the B tier. Um, I don't think it's a bad pick for the Saints at all. My only real issue with Tyson is the injury concerns. Otherwise, I think he's an A all day long. I think he's a very, very good, talented player. But I guess we'll see when the time comes on that one. Obviously, Chris Olave has some injury concerns himself. That is really my only real worry with these two. Of course, I thought it was a little bit too early for Makai Lemon anyway, so I guess I kind of understand that thought, the thinking there. Yeah, no, I definitely think it's a B tier. I don't hate the pick at all. Love it. We're gonna go with Spencer Fano. Because of where he went, I'm gonna put him in the A plus. In fact, I'm gonna put Maui Noah there because both teams really need to get a tackle. Yep, I think we're gonna put these two one in on the A plus just because I think they're one and two the best A plus best two in the draft. So we're gonna put them in the A plus scenario, right? If the Dolphins would have got Caden Proctor, or if the Dolphins got these guys, they'd still be A pluses. But I think that they're A pluses for the Browns and the Giants. I do think so. Um, Mostly because both teams really really need to get an O line going, and I think that is the smartest move you can make. They're definitely one and two, not even a real contest when it comes to that. So yeah, I think both of those guys are A plus picks for the teams that they went. Caleb Downs also will be an A plus pick for the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys knocked that out of the park. I mean, you get the guy's a great center fielder, a phenomenal safety all over the place. Yeah, you really can't argue with that. So we're gonna give Caleb Downs that A plus. He's probably the most talented defender in the draft. Well, he has the talent to be the most talented defender in the draft. So we'll just kind of see how that works out for him. Caden Proctor, we put him at the A. Be completely honest with you, could be an A plus. It just kind of depends on what happens over there in Miami. They had to protect Malik Willis though, so it's really the smartest pick that they could have made right there. Yeah, no real complaints for me on that front. I mean, obviously they have things going all over the field for them. We don't know what's going to happen for them right now. They could end up being a team that drafts Jeremiah Smith next year. They traded Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill's gone. Devon Achane is still there though, so I think Devon Achane can definitely be a part that helps you win a couple football games. Hopefully that is the case. But yeah, for now I think he's an A tier. I'm going to put Ty Simpson in the D tier. Um, the player himself, he played all right at the beginning of the year. Definitely fell off towards the end. And the Rams, I think that this was just a spot you should have got a skill position, but maybe I'm completely wrong and maybe I'm going crazy here. But I just don't think it made a lot of sense, to be honest with you. I guess that he probably could have fell to the Jets at 16, but I don't know. I think if I'm the Rams position, I'd go get a skill position player and let him fall. Ione is how you say his last name. Went to the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to put him in A. Ravens definitely need to get the offensive line. If they would have got either of those two that we talked about earlier, easy A plus all day long. But I think it's only fair to put him in the A tier. They didn't mess up the pick, and they got a pretty talented player. Ruben Bain, we're going to put him in the A plus because he fell to number 15 when people were even saying that he could be a top 10 pick or a top 5, top 8 pick weeks ago. So the fact that he fell number 15 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think that they're just sitting there with a smile on their face, telling us all we are idiots. And hey, we'll see if that turns out to be the case, because the man looked locked in at the draft. So yeah, this could be a scary, scary pick. Kenny and Sneak, I think he's going to be a C, and the reason why I'm giving him the C is because his lack of production in college scares me. He definitely could end up being a very, very good player, and hopefully I didn't say his name wrong completely, but hope, I guess we'll see when that happens. Um, yeah, I think that's if his production was better. I know that he's a very combine specialized kind of guy, so that's kind of the way I'm not really like, just on it. They definitely needed it. They definitely need everything, but I don't know. I feel like there was a little bit more you could have got if you would have wanted to go offensive line or even more defense here. I would have completely understood it. That's why I'm just gonna have to give it a C for now. I don't remember your name. Um, I'm gonna have to try to remember. I believe it was like Cam Miller or something like that. Uh, I'll edit it when I fix it, if I fix it. Um, Offensive tackle to the Lions. He's a wrestler. He kind of fits the Dan Campbell mold. I'm gonna put him at an A tier because I don't think the Lions messed this up. They need to get somebody to replace Taylor Decker. This is a team that needs a little bit of help on a lot of things on the defensive side, but that's been the case for the last few years. I don't know if they'll ever be able to figure that part out, to be completely honest with you, but I guess we'll see when the time comes. Caleb Banks, I still think this is a D tier pick because I think this is a second round pick and they got him at like 18. I don't love it at all, but I mean, if he turns out to be great, then I mean, I'm gonna have the egg all over my face. Um, but I really didn't like to pick it off for him. I definitely think they should have went Dylan Thieneman because they really need to get help in that secondary, especially with Harrison Smith getting really, really old. But I guess that I could be completely wrong, and if I am, I'll eat the crow there. But yeah, for now, I think it's a D tier pick. Monroe Freeling, I think it's a great pick for the Carolina Panthers. They need to protect Bryce Young, especially because they barely had any linemen on their like staff or on their roster. So getting him, I think, just makes a ton of sense. And I don't think that you made a bad pick whatsoever. If you're the Carolina Panthers, I think you're really happy with that pick right there. Well, unless you're a fan looking for, you know, that other kind of talent. Makai Lemon A plus. The reason why he's an A plus is because of where he fell in the draft. It's an A. He's a very, very good receiver, very talented receiver. We all expect AJ Brown to be traded, so that part is a little bit concerning there. But overall, I think that the Eagles getting Makai Lemon really separates them a little bit. You get Devontae Smith, and now you'd have Makai Lemon on the outsides. If you do end up trading AJ Brown, it just is what it is. If you end up keeping him in, that's a three-headed monster that can be a real problem. So hopefully the Eagles got, we'll see if they got it right. Max Iannachor, I think is how you say it. The reason why he's going to get a B, it's not him. It's the team. They let the Eagles do that to him, where they leapfrogged him to grab Makai Lemon while they were even on the phone with him. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But other than that, I think that it's a good pick for them. We don't know who the heck their quarterback is going to be, so hopefully they'll get that figured out. But I guess we'll see when the time comes on that one. Either way, I do think it's a B tier pick. I still think he's a very good player, and we'll see what he does. Messidor, because I don't remember your name. I'm gonna put him in the C tier. He's a little bit old. Only real issue he has. Other than that, I think that he is a very talented player. If he ends up turning out, because I know Max Crosby even said that he's very, very, very impressed with him. So obviously, if it turns out really well, again, the crow will be on my face. But for now, I think it's a C tier pick because you're picking up a 25-year-old in the NFL draft. It's a little bit scary, to be honest with you, especially because at the end of the first contract, it'd be 30 years old if you do end up picking with that, fifth-year option. Malachi Lawrence, a very raw pick, so I'm going to put him in the C tier myself. Um, I think Malachi Lawrence has the talent to be a very good player, though. I'm going to make sure I make that very, very clear. Um, I don't think that they did completely awful at this pick at all. If he turns out to be the guy that you want him to be out, then you're completely happy with it. You get a fifth-year option for a guy that you're hoping to develop, and if he develops well, and hey, all the crow on, all the people that are talking about how the Cowboys are this and that and this and that, they'll be eating it. Malachi Lawrence, hopefully it turns out. Hopefully it does turn out because that defense was actually really, really bad. Their offense was incredible. I guess we'll see when the time comes. KC Concepcion. I'm gonna put him C because I think he's a very talented player. If he didn't have drop issues, he'd be a B. His team already had drop issues for the Cleveland Browns last year. He's very explosive with the ball in his hands, but again, you're gonna need him to show up and show out, and he scares me just a little bit, to be completely honest with you. That's why I'm going to stick him in the C tier. Either way, I think that Cleveland is pretty happy with what they got in his first round of the draft. Dylan Thiedemann, he ended up going to the Chicago Bears, and because he fell to 25 is why I put him in A plus. Because one, he's the best free safety in this draft. Getting him at 25 is an absolute steal. Yeah, Bears have no complaints whatsoever, especially because they were the team with the most turnovers last year. This guy hits hard. He can remove the ball from fields. But regardless, I think it's a really good pick. Keon Rutledge. I mean, it's an A because they needed it. They needed it bad. They need to get offensive linemen, and it's just so important. So yeah, I got to give the Texans an A for that. They didn't mess around. They just got what they needed, and of course they get Caden McDonald later on, which that's the steal of the draft right there if he turns out. So yeah, I think Texans are happy. Caleb Lomu, I'm gonna put him at a B. I think I could put him at an A because you didn't mess up with the pick, not whatsoever. But you definitely had more ways that you could have went with it. So that's my only real there. Other than that, I think you're happy. Peter Woods will also put him at a B. Hold up. We'll see. The Chiefs, they got a guy that if he develops really well, you get a guy with a fifth year option. So if he develops really well, he takes over Chris Jones's spot. It makes all the sense in the world for me. Yeah, I like that pick for the Chiefs. I think that they definitely knocked this one completely out of the park. Omar Cooper, we're going to put him in the A tier. The reason why we're going to put him in the A tier is because Omar Cooper, one, he made an NFL level head catch when he played Penn State this year. The guy is a pretty talented receiver. I think you got a pretty good deal getting him at number 30. I personally thought the Browns were going to go him, but obviously they turned out to go with the fast guy. Omar Cooper is more of a red zone threat anyway, so I kind of understand the decision making there. Yeah, no, I really like the pick there. Keldrick Falk, I'm gonna put him at a B2. I've had to be thinking about this one a little bit. Only real concern I had is that he wasn't even the best player on that defense. It felt like, uh, but the Titans definitely needed the pick. He's a talented guy. He can really play well. Auburn was just kind of a mess all over the place. I'm gonna hope that this turns out to be the right one. I'm gonna put him at B because I think he does have a little bit of talent. B or C is really where it's at, but I'm gonna put him at a B, leading into like the B minus territory. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna go. And the last one, I believe, is Jadarian Price, if I said this right. I'm gonna put him at a B tier as well. Kenneth Walker replacement. Zach Charbonnet was banged up late at the end of the year, so you really needed a guy that could take snaps right now. And yeah, I think he got the right one to do that. Yeah, Seattle. I don't think Seattle missed whatsoever. I think they're the only team in their division that you don't have some questions about their draft, to be completely honest with you. All right, that's going to be it for now. We're going to try to get some more videos out for you guys. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, please make it, and you made it all the way to the end of the video, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a subscribe. We'll see you all on the next video.